Most small teams do not lose leads because they lack a CRM. They lose them because a real inquiry lands between newsletters, support tickets, vendor emails, and an inbox nobody owns. If you are still scanning a shared inbox manually, I'll show you a 3-gate AI router that extracts the facts, decides the next queue, and puts a human-approved action in front of the right person. Most AI sales demos skip the dangerous part, letting a model send replies unchecked. By the end, you will have a safer workflow to copy. I'm Lazar, and I build these systems daily for client operations. Let's start with the inbox failure nobody tracks. Open your shared inbox and look at the last 20 unread emails. You will probably see a mix of actual sales inquiries, existing customer questions, automated notifications, invoices, vendor outreach, and newsletters. The problem is not that your team cannot answer email. The problem is that every person has to spend attention figuring out what each message is, whether it matters, and who should act on it. That is where leads go cold. Not because nobody has a CRM, but because the handoff from inbox to action is inconsistent. A common reaction is to build an AI agent that reads every inquiry and sends a polished reply. Do not start there. A keyword match is not qualification. A message saying, "Can you help us with automation?" could be a serious buyer, a student, a partner request, or a vague inquiry that needs more context. If the system sends the wrong message, it creates a sales problem and an audit problem at the same time. The better goal is simple. Make the next correct action obvious to a human in under a minute. The agent can do the repetitive reading, extraction, and routing. Your team keeps judgment, tone, and final approval. Here is exactly how I would build it. The first gate is Gmail intake. Create a dedicated label for messages the system should inspect. Do not point an automation at every email in the account on day one. Start with inbound messages to your sales or shared address. Exclude your own domains, and exclude obvious automated senders. A Gmail trigger watches for a new message with that label. When an email arrives, save the raw message body, sender, subject, timestamp, thread ID, and any attachment metadata. Keep that original record. It is your evidence when a classification looks wrong later. Then strip signatures, legal footers, and quoted reply chains before sending the content to the model. If you feed the entire thread every time, the model can confuse an old request with the newest one. Now ask the model for structured extraction, not a conversational answer. I use a fixed schema, company name if stated, contact name, email address, phone number if present, requested service, stated urgency, budget signal, location or market, and a one-sentence summary. Include a field called missing information. This is important because a clean-looking summary can hide the fact that the sender never explained what they need. On screen, the output should be boring JSON, not prose. For example, the request might contain a company name, a request to connect Gmail and a CRM, an urgency of this month, and no budget signal. That structured record is what the rest of your workflow uses. The model is not deciding whether to close a deal. It is turning an unstructured email into fields your team can review quickly. The second gate is classification and confidence. Give the model a short list of mutually exclusive outcomes, qualified lead, possible lead needing follow-up, customer support, vendor or partnership, internal or automated, and ignore. Then require a confidence score and a reason based only on the email text. The confidence threshold is a safety control, not a technical detail. For example, you might automatically route only classifications above 0.85 confidence. Below that, the message goes to a manual review queue with the label uncertain. Do not make the model guess just to keep a pipeline moving. An uncertain message is not a failure. It is exactly the situation where a human should decide. Next, add explicit routing rules outside the prompt. If the message comes from an existing customer domain, support can override lead classification. If it contains an invoice number, route it to billing. If it asks for a partnership, send it to a separate queue. These rules are deterministic, visible, and easy to audit. AI handles ambiguity. Rules handle facts your business already knows. This is also where many small teams discover their tools do not talk. Gmail contains the inquiry. The CRM contains customer history. Accounting knows whether an account is overdue. And chat is where someone actually notices work. The router becomes the connection point. See examples of what we ship for clients at bizflowai.io. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you catch the next AI automation breakdown, where I'll show the CRM handoff after approval. And if your shared inbox is where leads disappear, book a free 30-minute discovery call at bizflowai.io. And we'll map the routing workflow around your team.